What's up, guys? Back again with another DraftKings video. This one's on the UFC 229 card, KHABIB versus McGregor. Let's go ahead and get started here. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys, I guess, some insight here on the fights, or on the fighters, I mean, to make a good lineup. So let's go ahead and just start at the very bottom. You got Flair versus Tony Martin. Both these guys probably are not going to score too much, guys. So actually, I would just kind of stay away from this fight. From DraftKings perspective, Flair's last fight 55 points. Before that, when he loses, 9 points. Usually when he's winning, though, it looks like he's getting like an average of, I want to say 65 points. You guys could see right there, 66, 63. His average over his whole UFC career or whatever, 70 points per fight. And then you got Martin, who's is even lower, 52.2. That's pretty bad. This guy's very low output. His last fight, he won by decision, 66 points. So yeah, this is a fight I think I would just stay away from from a DraftKings perspective. But if you like Tony Martin, he's cheaper, and at 7,400, all you really need is a win, right? So yeah, I would maybe take Tony Martin only, but I would not take Flair unless you're making a lot of lineups and maybe you're hoping he gets a lot of takedowns or something like that. But moving on to the next fight, we got Nick Lentz and Gray Maynard. So I picked Nick Lentz as my official pick, but I feel like I'm going to have to switch this pick here to Gray Maynard, guys. I actually think Maynard could be a good, sneaky DraftKings play because he has that wrestling. In his last fight, he had 11 takedowns. His last other fight against Bruno, 3 takedowns. So we know he can still get takedowns. And his opponent, Nick Lentz, his takedown defense isn't that good. Let's see, against Makhachev, he got taken out all kinds of times. Well, Makhachev's obviously a way better grappler than Maynard, but pretty much what I'm saying is Nick Lentz's weaknesses is takedown defense, or one of his weaknesses, I should say. So I think Maynard is a very good sneaky play, so I would put him on my team. He's only 7,200, and if you pick him on your team, then you're gonna be able to afford these more better fighters, these other hitters. So moving on to the next fight, Kunitz, Kiya, and Landsberg. See that fight going to decision. Obviously, Kunitz, Kiya is going to be your second fight after the Cyborg fight. And Landsberg hasn't really done well either as far as DraftKings with their scoring. So it's kind of another fight I would kind of stay away from. But if you think, if you're playing like a cash game or you want to make a safe lineup, then maybe throw Kunitz, Kiya in there, because I think more than likely she is going to get the win. So yeah, I think Kunitz, Kiya probably wins this fight by decision. But you never know. Maybe she gets a knockout with a nice kick or something like that. But I think Kunitz, Kiya is more of a cash game play or a 50-50 play, like for the lineups, the 50-50 game or whatever. I only play GPP, the guaranteed prize pool contest. So yeah. But anyways, moving on to the next fight, Patrick and Holtzman. I really like Patrick. At first, I was kind of thinking maybe Holtzman could be a good sneaky play because he seems kind of well-rounded. But, I mean, the fights he's losing is fights where he gets taken down. Like against M.O.E, he got taken down. That was actually a good fight against M.O.E, but, he gets taken down a lot. But if you notice, when he's winning, he's scoring very high, 100 points. So maybe he could still be a sneaky play, but I'm actually going to just stay away from him in this fight. I think Patrick has, with the takedowns, he's going to score very high, and I think he's going to be able to keep on getting those takedowns. You guys can see right here, 107, 77, 98 points. He's pretty much getting 5 takedowns a fight. So, yeah, I think Patrick's pretty much like another safe pick, but at least he's not super safe like Kunitz, Kiya, where, like he's not... Like Kunitz, Kiya is not going to score that high, but we know Patrick can score high, so that's why he has that GPP upside. So I like Patrick on the lineup here that I'm just making. Moving on to the next fight, we got Evander and Aspen Ladd. I like Ladd in that matchup. I think Evander's just just a little bit too old now. Aspen Ladd's a big 135er. She has problems making weight. She's coming off a pretty good win against Landsberg. She finished her in that second round, scored pretty high. And yeah, she was able to get that finish in that second round against Landsberg. Now I don't know if she's gonna get the finish again in this fight, but I think she will cleanly win the fight. So I like Aspen Lad. Moving on to the next fight, Luque and Turner. I'm all in on Luque. So let's go ahead and just throw him in on that lineup. Yeah, Luque just probably just gonna finish this fight wherever he wants, on the feet or on the ground. He has submission skills and he has knockout power. He has good striking. Notice all his fights where he's winning, he's scoring pretty much an average of 100 points. So yeah, I really like Luque. His opponent, he's a newcomer to the UFC, so I would stay away from him. The next fight, you know what? I'll go ahead and throw Formiga in this lineup, so you guys can maybe even use this lineup. This could be a winning lineup right here. But anyways, so my official pick is Pettis, but a lot of people are saying Formiga is a good DraftKings play, and I think so. You know, Pettis probably is not going to get the finish. So this guy, you never know. He might have a chance to be able to win the fight. Maybe he gets a takedown and gets a submission win or whatever. But I still think he's gonna get cleanly beat by Pettis. So I'm not really gonna have Formiga on lineups. But you know, it's GPP. You know, you gotta take a risk. If you think he can win, throw him on the lineup. You can see he's cheap, 7,600. Pettis. This guy, he doesn't score that high when he wins. So I mean, I'd say he's like probably 65. He's probably safe for 65 points. He's another one of these guys that would be safe, kind of like Kunitz, Kiya. So I won't be playing much of Pettis. So on the next fight, Harig Waterson. I like Waterson here in this matchup. She's cheaper, and well, since she's cheaper, and I think she's gonna get the win. I think she's already in play. As far as her scoring, she doesn't score that high usually. So you know, I don't think she's gonna be like on the winning lineup, but you never know. What if the girls go back and forth, have a nice little brawl or something like that? Because both of them have good stand-ups, so you never know. But I think Waterson probably gets at least 70 through 80 points. And yeah, I'm not gonna take Herrig here in this matchup. But yeah, so I would take Waterson there. Volkov versus Lewis. I'm all in on Volkov. He's one of my favorite DraftKings plays. He's the finisher. He's winning all his fights here in the UFC. 84 points, 136, 91, 50. He had a really bad fight against Johnson, but whatever. He won that fight by decision. But yeah, he's scoring pretty good on DraftKings. Lewis doesn't have a super granite chin or anything like that. He can get hurt. Volkov's way better on the feet, and he packs a punch. So I like Volkov to get that finish, so I think he's for sure worth it at 8,700. But if you like Derrick Lewis, he has knockout power, and he's also pretty cheap too. Preux versus Dominick Reyes. I really like Dominick Reyes. He's scoring over 105 points every single fight. He's finishing all fights in the first round. He's undefeated. He's fighting against OSP, a guy I don't really like picking all that often at all. I usually get burned when I'm picking against OSP. But yeah, I think Dominick Reyes here should be able to get it done. Way better on the feet. I think Preux obviously has a better submission game with those Von Flue chokes or whatever, but I don't really see the fight going to the ground. I see Dominick Reyes knocking him out in that first round. So yeah, I like Reyes here. Once again, I'm all in on Reyes, 8,900. I think that's a pretty good price. If you like Preux, if you think he could be some sort of sleeper, throw him on the lineup, because when he's winning, he's mostly winning by a finish. So yeah, throw him on your lineup if you think you're gonna get that finish. Ferguson versus Pettis. I really like Pettis. He's actually my favorite cheap guy on the whole DraftKings slate. 6,900. He looked good his last fight. Didn't score super high. Only 75 points according to this. I thought he would have actually scored more than that. But whatever, he got 75 points. That's not too high, but with that price of 6,800, you could afford a lot of good guys on your lineup. A lot of guys that I would like Dominick Reyes and Volkov. So yeah, I really like Pettis. He's cheap. I mean, if he loses, I mean, maybe Ferguson can finish him, but I think it's gonna go all 3 rounds, and I think Pettis just wins this fight by decision. But you never know. What if he gets a knockout? Because this guy can finish fights. So yeah, just something to think about there. But I think a lot of people are going to be picking Ferguson. Everybody's probably all in on Ferguson. A lot of people are counting out Pettis just based on the odds and whatnot. But yeah, I like Pettis. He could be a sneaky play, and I like that price. All right, guys. Now for the main event, we got McGregor versus KHABIB here. Obviously, McGregor, when he's winning, he's scoring very high, pretty much over 100 points. Just look at that. Look at his track record. This he's pretty much scoring over 100 points every single fight he wins. The fight he lost against Diaz, he scores 36 points, which is not bad, but whatever. So his opponent, KHABIB, obviously undefeated, super good grappler. Obviously, he's also scoring very high, and I think you're going to have one of these guys on your lineup if you want to have that winning lineup. Both these guys are going to get... First of all, I don't see the fight going to this to decision, so one of these guys are going to get finished, right? So you got to pick one of these guys on your lineup. McGregor has more value at 7,800, but he's also more riskier. KHABIB, I would say, is more safe because if he gets the takedown, he's probably just going to be able to smash McGregor on the ground and probably get that TKO win. So KHABIB's my official pick, but I really like McGregor also. I think he does have a really good shot at knocking out KHABIB in that first round, maybe even the second round. Maybe you never even know. What if it goes to the later rounds? Maybe he still has a power in those hands. But I really think the fight's gonna probably end here, at least within 3 rounds. I think after the 3rd round, it's probably gonna be all KHABIB. So yeah, I don't really see the fight going past the 3rd round here. So like I'm saying, you're gonna get a finish here in this fight. You just gotta pick who you guys like more, but this is a very hard fight to pick. McGregor got that good movement, he got that power, good timing, and then you got KHABIB with that really good grappling, but his stand-up is pretty bad, and he could be hittable, which is where McGregor could take advantage. So, you know, it's pretty much a 50-50 fight here. Only reason I'm picking KHABIB as the official pick is because he's more safe, and if he's able to take some of those McGregor punches real quick and then get the takedown, then he's probably just going to dominate that whole round after that when he gets him on the ground. I think McGregor's not going to be able to get off the ground that easily, so yeah, that's why KHABIB's probably the more, you know, preferential pick. But I do like McGregor here for DraftKings also, guys. I think I got half KHABIB, half McGregor on my lineup, so yeah, I would say pick one of these guys if you guys want to have a winning lineup. But you never know. What if this other lineup that I just made here, what if that one lineup wins, you know? But let me go ahead and just clear that. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully this video gave you guys some insight. I know I'm releasing it pretty late, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the fights, and hopefully we win some money here, you know? Hopefully get some of that money. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the fights like I said, and yeah, catch you guys on the next video.